Did you know that Hammond Castle Museum has had a storied history even after the death of its creator, John Hayes Hammond Jr.? Hammond Castle Museum was always intended as such, even when the inventor was still living there. His home was incorporated as a museum as early as 1930, not long after it was finished. During Hammond's lifetime, he would occasionally open his doors to the public to view his collection of artwork and artifacts, though it was not run as a full-time museum. Irene Hammond, his wife, died in 1959. Hammond himself passed away in 1965. The couple never had children, so a less obvious heir to the Hammond estate was needed. Jack Hammond's older brother Harris was still alive and a successful businessman. His younger brother Richard was also living and was a composer. Finally, his sister Natalie Hayes Hammond was still a working artist at this time. Harris died in 1969, Richard in 1980, and Natalie in 1985. Despite outliving their brother, none of them were chosen as the beneficiary of the estate and the museum. As for why, we can only speculate. The actual beneficiary was Cardinal Richard Cushing, the Archbishop of Boston in the Catholic Church. Cushing was good friends with Hammond, as he was with many prominent figures from the area, including President John F. Kennedy. He was also known for expanding the holdings of the church through building new schools, churches, and other institutions. John Hayes Hammond Jr. was not an especially religious man, an irony given his preference for collecting medieval religious artifacts and artwork. He was raised Presbyterian, but was more or less agnostic as an adult. Cardinal Cushing was well known for forging interfaith relationships, bridging boundaries between Catholic and non-Catholic communities. His unconventional approach perhaps made it easier to strike up a rapport with a scientist like Hammond. Given Hammond's lack of children, his apparent unwillingness to leave his estate to his siblings, his friendship with Cushing, and his possession of a large collection of items that would be of interest to the Catholic Church, perhaps this is enough to explain his decision to leave the museum to the care of that institution. The inventor may have believed that they would have a vested interest in preserving his collection. Alternatively, and more prosaically, he might have wanted to take advantage of tax write-offs that were possible with leaving property to the church. Indeed, it has been argued that one of Hammond's motivations for opening a museum in the first place was to take advantage of tax benefits. Whatever the reasoning, Cushing did inherit Hammond's estate, and the Catholic Church did run Hammond Castle Museum for about 9 years, until 1974. Cushing died in 1970, and had been known to be somewhat less than frugal when it came to his expansion of the church's holdings, often leading to cost-cutting later on by his successors. The church, finding the maintenance of the museum too expensive, sold it to a private nonprofit. To this day, that nonprofit manages Hammond Castle Museum. Operating as a full-time museum thereafter, it has become a Gloucester staple. Art, history, and science all mingle within its stone walls. Hammond Castle Museum has featured numerous exhibits through the course of its existence. It has also played host to magnificent concerts using its legendary pipe organ, Renaissance fairs, and annual Halloween festivities. It is also on the National Register of Historic Places. Some portions of the museum are no longer open to the public for safety reasons, such as the castle towers, but the most impressive rooms, such as the Great Hall and Courtyard, are still available for all to enjoy during our open season. Our current focus is the life and work of its creator, John Hayes Hammond Jr., as we believe his contributions to the history of technology to be worth rediscovering. We hope you enjoyed this video, but there is a lot more to explore about John Hayes Hammond Jr., his inventions, and his collection of art and artifacts. We invite you to visit us at Hammond Castle Museum in Gloucester, Massachusetts to learn more.